action, there's a lot going on. Try to lock these predictions down, right? Call me John. I'ma talk to Jared, cause he might keep me calm. Had my top pick for this week, but he bombed. Caleb said he had a weak week, but he's strong. Jonathan said he repeat, now it's on. In love with the game, who you got, can I wait? Drop by the dorm, come and watch, it's the babe.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the North Bay Podcast. If you're watching on video, you're watching on YouTube, we are all here in person.
In person.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Texas.
Yeah, look at these. We went to the Texans game. We're about to go to the Dallas Cowboys game. We got some merch there. So we're gonna tell you our experience with the Texans game because that was probably the best Thursday night game of the year.
Season.
A red out, for those wondering why it's a different color.
Yes,
it was
this
the
is
red
a
out.
Texans helmet. It was the red out,
Yeah.
if you were watching. So, and then we got the Cowboys game on Sunday. So we're going to talk about the Texans and then talk about the Cowboys game. And we also went to the Jerry's World.
Yeah, we went to Rally Day.
Today.
Rally Day Stadium tour. That we'll talk about it. But that place really is Jerry's World. Okay, we'll talk
Massive.
about it.
Yeah, we'll get to it. But first, let's start off with the best Thursday night game of the year. We all thought it was going to be kind of low scoring, and it actually turned out to be fantastic.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts initially on the stadium? It's the first time that I've been to this stadium. Everybody's been to this stadium.
The NRG Stadium.
NRG Stadium.
Yeah.
It was way bigger than I thought. For a dome, in my opinion, when I think of NRG Stadium, I thought the dome was a bit smaller. But I thought it was huge, and that Jumbotron's huge.
Yeah.
I don't know what your guys' thoughts on the stadium were.
It kind of gave me vibes of New Orleans, like the Caesar Superdome, without being as iconic as that. It kind of felt like when we were walking around, kind of similar to that, similar vibe. But yeah, it was like standard, like good dome size and everything like that. Like it was just a good solid stadium.
I had the same impression as you. Like you don't know what to expect in a dome. If it'll be like, I don't know what a cheap dome feels like, but it was like I thought it was a great environment and it kept the sound in really well. Like that, I was telling you guys after the game, like how loud it got, especially in the fourth quarter.
Very loud.
Like you could feel it in your lungs, and it's like not that the other dubs didn't, but just like something with the Texans fans and the architecture was like really conducive. So I don't know how new that stadium is, but I liked it a lot. For a dome stadium.
And the Bills fans traveled really well. So
they did.
On third down, it was loud for the Bills.
You love that?
Not really. They're annoying. They're so obnoxious. They're obnoxious everywhere you go. But yeah, I mean, they traveled really well. And even when like Bills converted on third down, you'd hear them cheering, or when they're about to go score, you hear the whole crowd cheering. And I'm like, man, like, are these Bills fans or Texans fans?
Yeah. I mean,
wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, bringing it back to what you said about the fans. Like when we first got there was a lot of seats open and stuff. But by the time we got to kickoff, it was like packed, and I couldn't believe it because we couldn't really find any empty seats. I'm like, Thursday night it might not be packed. Yeah. Every seat, and they're really determined. Like the people in Houston, they come out to support the Texans. So it was a great vibe, super loud. You said it when we left, but like very loud.
That was nice to see passionate fans.
You know what I found was funny? I don't think any team cheers louder for a defense.
Oh yeah, you know what?
On third down, or actually, honestly, right when the defense came out on first down, everybody gets hype as heck. But then the offense comes out and it's like silent, like no cheering at all.
To be fair, I mean, they won with Davis Mills is playing well. They're
3-0 in the last 3 starts.
The best comparison I can think of, I don't think it's 1-to-1, but the what do they call it in Seattle? 12th man in Seattle?
Yeah.
Like when they had the Legion of Boom years ago. I think
that's what it felt like.
Yeah, like, for real. I know what they say, Texans swarm.
Yeah,
Texans
swarm. Yeah, they're the guy saying it. Texans swarm. Texans swarm.
Dude, and they
Texans!
did.
And they yelled it. I didn't know what they were saying till the third or
they
fourth.
have 8 sacks? 9 sacks?
It was 8. It was 8.
8 sacks. So they literally swarmed.
But they did have a chant on offense. Did you hear that one?
What was that one?
Whenever they got a first down, they were like, H-Town, first down.
Oh, yeah.
So
a lot of
H-Town.
H-Town.
It's funny going to these games. Like we went to New Orleans last year, and it's like everybody has like their like certain niches during the game, like to get the crowd going. Yeah. And you think like, Houston's not the greatest like sports town, but like they actually showed up, dude. It was
because
great.
they're young,
and they're what are they like 5-5?
They're 6-5.
6-5
Yeah,
now.
like they're not that great at this point. And Davis Mills is quarterback, and yet people still show up.
Yeah, well, and they're a young organization. I think they're
very young.
Like are they the newest NFL team?
They must have got in
they're one of the newest.
They might be like one of the like post 2000s. So talking about teams that have been around since the 40s and 50s, like they are new, but they're passionate, especially you think about JJ Watt, like him being as superstar as he was, like that. I feel like that carries over to like now there's Texans fans that are still,
and we
like
talked about
culture.
like when we went to New Orleans, a lot of people showed up for the game too. That was a lot rowdier than we thought. So we talked about like the South, everybody rallies and really supports their team.
Oh yeah,
it's awesome. And Texas football. I mean,
I think you guys will see with the Eagles though, what that'll be like.
What do you mean
Eagles,
by that?
I'm just saying, Eagles travel well and they're very passionate, and it's especially against the Cowboys. We'll see how AT&T is tomorrow.
You think it's going to be all green?
I think there'll be a lot of green.
There's
going to
be a lot of travel,
Yeah, I think you guys will be, especially because the Eagles are
Do you
good.
think Cowboys fans still like believe in the team? Or
Of course, no. The Cowboys still believe in the team. It's the number one, like maybe the top 3 offense in the NFL. Okay, the defense sucks. We know that, but I think Cowboys fans
the
still.
Defense is getting better. You just got Quinn and Williams.
I mean, yeah, they're getting a little better, but I think the Cowboys fans definitely believe in the team. I think that the Cowboys will definitely believe in the team after they beat the Eagles tomorrow. It's going to happen. And yeah, the Eagles fans are obnoxious, just like the Bills fans.
You're sitting next to one.
I mean,
Just
I like
look
you,
at him and
except
say
except
you're
you, Caleb.
obnoxious.
Except you, Caleb. But
I told you guys I
had
am kind of a different temperament than I understand the stereotype, and the stereotype's probably true.
I mean, we had the rally day today, and that guy, that Eagles fan, got kicked out for
But he wore his hat to the.
Yeah, I mean that's fine, but the Eagles fans flicking off people, wearing the Dallas sign during the rally day, like what are you trying to do? Like, come on, man.
So let's talk about Rally Day. Like, what did you guys think? We went on a 1-hour tour.
And what is Rally Day for those? Yeah, sorry if you're explaining it, but like I didn't know what Rally Day was for those who don't know.
Well, it's an opportunity. I think the name comes from the fans being able to come to the stadium and start the rally, start the
like
weekend.
a pep rally.
Yeah, it's kind of like it starts the celebration. It starts the game.
Yeah.
And we got a 1-hour tour. We got to see the stadium. We got to learn about Jerry World a little bit, and then we were able to walk on the field, which we weren't able to do at SoFi Stadium when we did it there, or Arrowhead Stadium when we did it there.
On the field we've been, getting to play around, legitimately do whatever we
got
want.
on the star.
We took a picture
on the star.
Yeah,
Got to do first down celebrations.
Yeah. We'll get that video out soon.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Well, so initial reactions of AT&T Stadium right when you walked in. What do you think?
When we drove up, I was like, "This is massive. This is the biggest dome I've ever seen."
Well, then you looked it up.
Yeah, then I looked it up and
by
I'm
volume.
like, it's
by
one of the biggest stadiums
in the world.
By volume in the world. Yeah,
by volume meaning like if you poured water in it, it would hold. Because I think there's some that have attendance would be higher.
Not only is it massive, and not only can the Empire State Building fit in it long ways, which is crazy.
The Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty.
And
it's not going to reach its ceiling.
Statue of Liberty, but he also Jerry Jones dug into the ground, 50 feet into the ground. And the joke the tour guide made was, what did he do with all that dirt that they dug up?
What do you think a businessman like Jerry Jones
sold
did?
it.
Yeah, he sold
the dirt.
So
that's another thing. When you do this tour and it's like everything has a purpose because Jerry wants it to be like about himself. A little bit narcissistic.
I don't know if he wants to.
I like the
everything's either about him or
everything
money,
was like, oh, it's because Jerry wanted this, or this is because
or Mrs. Jones.
All the pictures on the walls they're black and white because that's before Jerry Jones ownership, and all the colored ones are after.
All these seats like on the 50-yard line. It's not press box. They don't get to see that from the best angles. That's whoever pays.
On the one hand, he had good ideas though.
Yeah,
I was like you see the businessman. I'm not saying he's better than. So any other person, but
let's not bring that up.
I don't want to bring it up, but like you see, I liked some of it. He's like the kind of guy that's like he has some good ideas. Like that. I agree with him, but then it's like what I was telling you. I think you guys heard me say. I'm like even the pictures he's not in are about him because like post his purchase of the Cowboys, any picture in the stadium that's black and white is before his purchase. It's not because they didn't have color back then. It's like after '89, it's because he was owner. And I'm like. It wouldn't the NFL nor the Cowboys would be where they were without him, for better or worse. Like you get that, especially AT&T Stadium. Like that stuff doesn't just happen. Like it does take will, and he does it. But at the same time, like you're saying, like he really is. Like they really truly are right to call it Jerry World. It's not just because he's a known owner. It's like his fingerprints are everywhere.
And his wife too, because his wife designed a lot of the press boxes and the suites and stuff.
I liked what she did, unironically. Maybe the tour guide set her up well, but I was like,
there was some cool decorations.
Yeah, like this is actually really the laces of the football.
Yeah,
one of the ceilings.
that was cool.
I think overall though, like he really prioritized the fans.
Exactly.
So like. That was probably the best fan experience I've had at a stadium because not only do we go on the actual Cowboys field, but then you walk outside and there's a 50-yard little turf field, like a miniature Cowboys field to play
around.
at.
Yeah.
So and there's TVs everywhere, so we're watching college
other
football
games and watching
Missouri,
other games on game
Oklahoma.
day.
while throwing the ball around. So like
Yeah.
as far as a fan experience, it's like he prioritizes that, and I think you were alluding to that earlier, which is like anybody who doesn't pay for the game gets a worse seat. So that's press, that's media. So all the fans that pay get better seats than the people that are in the press box and stuff.
Yeah, and when we went on the field, we didn't just get to walk on the field. Like they had selfie cameras. They had, we did an American Ninja Warrior thing. We took a picture on the star. There was a pro shop on the field. There was 3 different throwing contests.
A
bouncy house. There was like an auction. There was like little shops. Like
They're running
booths.
charity.
There was up and coming country singers performing.
Yeah,
concert,
literally. There
yeah.
was so much stuff.
We took a picture on the star, in the end zone, the ring. We didn't do that, but the ring camera, they really optimized it for like I don't want to say business, but also for experience. Like,
Yeah,
you can do
people
both.
just to have fun.
You can do both.
One thing
Yeah,
else-
you can do both. Yeah. You know it was for like money, but then at the same time, it's like, oh, well, I'm having a good time.
But for SoFi, we had to we didn't sneak onto the field, but they were like, all right, this corner you can be on.
Yeah.
well,
No
think about,
further.
like SoFi and Kansas City, you only got to go
They
on
were
the
like,
sideline.
just touch the
Yeah.
grass. and
Yeah,
that's
you
it.
couldn't get on the actual field. This one, they're just like.
I mean,
go right ahead.
Arrowhead I get because it's grass.
It's real grass,
But,
yeah.
But
SoFi
SoFi
was
is
like what?
turf.
They were,
Yeah.
yeah. But it depends on, because I think there was an event, but
So
Yeah.
I mean, people can say what they want about Jerry Jones, but he cares about the fans. He tries to give them the best experience, and we saw that today.
Yeah, no, that's very.
How did you feel as a Cowboys fan? Like you've been watching it for so long to go into the stadium.
It felt great, and it felt right at home. This is Southern hospitality. This is why Dallas is probably the best football team. In terms of the fan experience, not just the team in terms of their play, but in terms of the overall experience you get as a fan. I think it's the best.
Yeah, everything's bigger in Texas.
Everything's bigger.
the stadium was huge. And I'll say, even as an Eagles fan, it's a pretty good stadium. Like I can't speak for the team, but the stadium was really good. Like it was impressive. If you get a chance to see it, it's really cool. Just for the architecture and engineering and design, and just what was the thing that one of the visions is every seat should have a view, which sounds
no blocks.
sounds obvious, but you don't get those with in the sitcoms where it's like, oh, my seat's behind a pillar. I'm like, no, they actually had to design they made an arch so that you could have the supports behind it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, the intentionality.
I mean, the only thing is a standing room, right? That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You gotta,
That's the only
understanding.
thing that I want to see how it is, because I want to walk by there and just see, because I don't want that to feel like he's just trying to make money. Like I want it to be. I want that to be a good experience.
What did they
for
say?
people.
So each level is 10,000 people?
No, so each
There's 3
each
tiers.
side.
Oh, each side.
Each
okay.
side.
So each side, there's 3 tiers of standing room. So theoretically, you would have 3,300 people on each floor on both sides. So that's 6 floors total.
Because the tour guide was saying the max capacity is 80,000, but they were able to fit.
Like 100,000.
100, how do they do
I think
that?
105,000.
So if you're looking at standing room tickets, it does seem like there's the railing. If you don't get there first,
Yeah.
you
You're gonna
might
be watching
legitimately be
from a
standing
screen.
watching a screen.
Have
while
you
the
guys
game is-
seen those videos where it's like they open the doors to the Cowboys
I
Stadium
have.
and people are booking it?
Yeah.
And that's the standing room. They're going to try and get a spot.
just to hold that?
Which we thought about, because what is it? It's $60, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
$60 to get standing room, which sounds good, but the reviews and everything are it's cutthroat. You
Yeah.
got to get there first, and then you can't leave.
You can't leave.
You move, you lose your
You
spot.
go to the bathroom, you're
it's
done.
cutthroat.
Yeah.
I can't. I want to, like you said, I want to see
Yeah.
the
That's why-
vibe.
Yeah,
up
we have to
there.
see. Cause what I'm thinking is if you go there, you get to be at the game and still be part of the experience, but you legit might be standing and watching the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then having the game go on and see if you can look over your shoulder.
Yeah, it's tough. So I want to let's transition into our seats of where we're actually sitting.
Where are we?
Okay.
So we're sitting in section.
We have seats, right?
Yeah, I mean we do have seats. We don't, game time helped us out. We don't have to worry. With no last minute ticket buy.
What?
What? You don't have the seats?
Trust
Don't
me.
worry, guys. I got it. So we're sitting in section C334, which is the C means we're in a club access.
Oh,
so
okay.
we
Bougie.
walked through
Thanks,
a club.
game time.
So
For real.
First, I want to get your guys' thoughts on being able to access a club and what that means. And 2, we have first row. So we're basically the second tier up, and we have front row seats in that section. So we're going to be able to have a perfect
Did
view.
not
These
know
are the
this.
seats that I've always wanted to have at a stadium because I think they're the best, but I want to view it tomorrow. But what do you guys think of having club access and having those front row seats?
I've always wanted to be in certain clubs growing up, right? That's why people join the golf clubs or different country clubs because they want access to certain clubs for prestige or whatever. Okay. I finally get the opportunity to be part of a club. So I'm excited about it. We got to tour a little bit of some of the clubs today. And so just being part of that, I think that'll be very motivational for me.
Yeah.
They say they designed the clubs. Mrs. Jones designed the clubs to look like hotels.
Yeah, the entrance,
hotel lobbies and stuff.
I was telling you guys, like the entrance, the little area was like it reminded me of SoFi, if not a little nicer in terms of like what's available to fans. It was again, I was like surprised. Like
SoFi is the same way where it's like if you're in the 100 level, you have club access, but then you go to the second level, you have another access to a club.
Yeah.
So like there's different lounges and stuff. But I mean, I'm excited if there's free food.
Well, I don't think it'll be free, but it'll be different.
Oh, food. It's like a little bit better than the concession.
Didn't I say there's a restaurant in one of them?
Yeah, there's a restaurant too.
Well, that's craziness too. That's what you. I mean, to answer your question, John, I'm excited because part of me is the film brain for content of Verdornivate, like unimpeded view of the field, and that angle is like. If you're a football fan, you see we were at a football. We could talk about this.
Yeah,
we had a Friday night lights high school game.
In
Texas, which is everyone but Jonathan's first experience. And one of the guys behind us, his family wanted to sit in the front row, the very first row, almost at the level of the field. He's like, if we sit in the front, you can't see the play develop. And like if you want to see the play develop, you kind of want to be higher. And like. If for content as well, that's great. So I'm excited as an Eagles fan as that, and like the audience. Like it wouldn't be possible without the audience and the sponsors that work with, and so much hard work that we try to bring value to you guys. So legit, it's cool to be able to still do this and see you guys, and also like in a way try our best to share it with y'all. And maybe one day you get to see like what options are for you in going to a game like that. So that's where my mind goes.
Yeah, I think the seats are going to be pretty sick.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's going to be awesome.
Because it's not, it almost reminds me of the suite levels. Because the suites in domes, like the tour is talking about, they're right in the middle. Because the nosebleeds are at the top and then the others down below. So, like, it's almost like you're sitting in an outside kind of press box or like a suite. So that's like the level that we're at,
and you get to hear the people too.
Yeah, it's basically like we're sitting outside of the suite, and so I think it's gonna be a good view, and the game is gonna be pretty dang good, and it's gonna be rowdy, like you said, like a lot of Philly fans, a lot of Dallas fans, and it's different. Even though Dallas is never in the best season, when rivalries come out, like it's a completely different game. Yeah. It doesn't matter about records.
I tell you guys all the time, like even teams that know they're out. They want to do everything in their power to bring you down with them.
Like if Dallas,
especially in division,
exactly.
And they're professionals. These are the top 1% of the top 1%.
But this is okay. So let's set the scene for this game because the Eagles are 8-2.
Okay,
number 1 in the NFC. They have the same record as the Rams, but they have the tiebreaker because they beat the Rams. Cowboys are 4-5-1. They're on the outside of the playoffs, looking in. The Lions are ahead of them. Okay. 49ers are the last team in at 7-4. So that's a pretty good record. If you're Cowboys defense, you got Quinnen Williams. You want to start getting that
Kenny
back.
Clark.
Kenny
they're
Clark.
2 games behind them?
Yeah, so they're technically 2.5 with the tie. One stat I'll throw out there. The Cowboys are 0-4-1 this season when playing teams above 500. And they're 4-1 when playing teams under 500.
Interesting. They beat up on bad teams.
So they beat up on bad teams, but when they play, they haven't beaten a team with a better record than 500.
I mean, to be fair, they should have beat the Eagles the first game. Let's be honest,
but they didn't.
CD dropped like 3 passes,
and that cost us.
Should have tied them.
I mean, the Cowboys are going to win this.
So what makes you say that?
What's changed from the last game?
Because we've gotten better as a team since last game, and the Eagles have gotten worse.
What?
Oh. See what I'm saying?
No.
The Eagles are having trouble. They're gonna implode any day now. Just wait. I'm just waiting for it to happen.
I'll be sweating a little bit, but again, the Eagles for talent and the clutch factor. I think. I don't know, man. And on our defense, I think it's gonna be.
I think the locker room is losing faith in Jalen Hurts.
No
that's
way.
a huge concern.
Stop it.
Yeah, you haven't heard the rumors.
Locker
room's losing faith in Jalen Hurts, and reporters asked him like, "How do you feel about that?" He said he's unfazed, but of course he's gonna say that. But they're in trouble.
A lot of drama with A.J. Brown.
A lot of drama with A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown's talking about teammates, bringing them up in conversation.
We've said this before. We've been on a podcast before.
On the flip side, like we said, Cowboys got Kenny Clark.
Yeah.
Quinnen Williams.
Yep. Overshown is back.
Okay. The offense is still stellar, right?
Yeah.
With Javonte Williams, with CeeDee Lamb, with Pickens. Ferguson.
Yeah.
Eagles are in trouble.
The good thing is that we want this game to be high scoring, obviously.
Yes.
The Eagles have the number 1 defense in the NFL in the last 3 weeks.
Okay.
Least points allowed.
Okay.
So right now their defense is playing very well.
Yeah.
But since it's in Dallas, we know Dak at home, Cowboys at home, they usually score more points.
Exactly.
So that's good. But I think the Cowboys still want it to be high scoring because if it's low, the Eagles know how to run the ball.
It's not going to be low. Cowboys are going to score points. If the Eagles don't score points, they will lose. Okay. That's a good probability it's going to happen.
Can you see it in your head right now, the 3-and-out with the Cowboys over and over again?
That's the problem.
That's not going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if Jalen Hurts throws an interception tomorrow.
How many for Dak, though?
Nothing.
Of course. What kind of question is that? What do you think? Man. What's your prediction for this one?
I don't know. It's a toss-up. Like, I feel like last year with the Eagles, we talked the same way. We're like, sky's falling, blah, 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 and then they get into the playoffs and they just roll. I mean, how can you say, like, the sky's falling when they're 8-2 and they keep winning?
Okay.
I think A.J. Brown said this. He said, like, the reason I'm upset is not because, like, I'm not getting the ball. It's because the offense isn't as efficient as we want it to be.
And he's saying what Eagles fans are saying. Like, I agree with him. He's right.
That.
Yeah, but you literally have the best record in the NFL. You're the best team in the NFL right
now.
Games. Should they be satisfied with how the offense is playing and they're still winning, like, despite a bad offense? Or should he be like, oh, let's try and change this. Like, just try and change the offense. I think how it is now is obviously because of the record, good enough to win now.
Yeah, good enough to win.
They're worried about playoffs. That's what I'm thinking.
Does this not sound
A.J. Brown knows that in the playoffs, like, they cannot play like this to win.
Right.
Exactly.
But in the regular season, they can.
Of course, your defense is going to play good because your defense is really good in most games. But there's going to be some games where they're going to crap the bed and then they're going to expect the offense to bail them out. It's not going to happen, and that's where you're going to.
Does it not sound like the Chiefs like a year ago, 2 years ago, like where it's like their offense, they have all this talent, but they're just not doing it offensively, and then they show up and they
pick up.
Don't compare. Y'all shouldn't compare Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs to.
And they beat them. They beat them. Eagles beat them.
Right.
I mean, that was one. I mean, let's see if they do it again.
See what
I'm saying?
That's true.
Chiefs came out.
Chiefs did it back to back.
Why the Chiefs lost? I mean, not to go, but it was like three-peat. So you get in your head, just like Tom Brady, 16-0.
But it was a blowout. It's not like it was close.
There's a lot of pressure on them, just like the Patriots that year when they were supposed to be undefeated.
It is, but they still won.
That's what you sign up for.
I mean,
but one thing I want to bring up, and I want to see if you're concerned about this. I don't know if you guys have heard this story, but so last week the Cowboys played the Raiders. And it was in Vegas. Okay. Cowboys came off a bye, so they had some time to kind of prep for the game. And kind of the weekend leading up, it was a Monday night game, so they had like Friday, Saturday, Sunday to kind of hang out in Vegas. So CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens were benched on the opening drive of the game.
Oh, so why?
And the reason was because they missed the curfew to come back to the team hotel.
I think Schefter said they missed the bus or something. Maybe both.
They missed something,
the bus.
Right? So both of them were partying too hard in Vegas, and somebody saw CeeDee Lamb throw up outside of a club.
Oh my!
And
this is confirmed, not rumors.
So they asked him about it.
Okay.
And he says, "No, that couldn't have been me because I know how to hold my alcohol."
Couldn't have been me because
but multiple. I think it's. I haven't seen video, but it's pretty sure that it happened. Look, CeeDee Lamb's 26 years old. The youngest one of us I'm 27, and George Pickens is 24. These guys are still young. They're still looking to have fun. Does that concern you in terms of like, let's put our game plan together, let's put our head down and lock in? Like, you can't be doing that if you want to beat the Eagles, if you want to beat a top team in the NFC.
Yeah, I agree. You can't be doing that, but at the same time, if they show up and take care of business, I don't have a problem with that. Just like Dennis Rodman.
But it was the Raiders.
Dennis Rodman, he did a lot of crazy things. Dennis Rodman did a lot of crazy things when he was on the Bulls, but Phil Jackson let him do it because he showed up when it came and he was valuable. As long as they show up and they're valuable, don't drop too many passes, score touchdowns, that's fine. They can do whatever they want. I don't care. Yeah,
but you just said something about A.J. Brown bringing drama and this and
I mean,
that.
That's about the team. He's bringing it like into the business.
Yeah,
talking about
Pickens and Lamb missing.
They're not bringing something. They're not going into
they missed the bus and they had to like.
Yeah.
I think the thing I saw today was they missed the 18-hour bus ride to the Raiders.
I mean,
they didn't show up for the team.
They had to get a separate.
Like somehow they had to get there some other way.
Yeah. I mean, so you think that's going to affect the game now?
I'm just worried about the Cowboys in general. Like that's a little bit sloppy. Like when it comes to, if this game is like tied going into the fourth quarter. Did you watch CeeDee Lamb like against the Raiders? He dropped that pass at the end. Maybe Dak threw it a little off, but those are the details that like you don't miss a 15-hour bus ride. You make sure you're there for every practice, every play. You're there for this team. And when it comes down to it, I'm telling you, if this game comes down to like a last drive, I think Cowboys are going to lose.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, and they were punished for it. but this is not going to carry over. People are going to forget about this in a week. The Eagles, it's lingering. AJ Brown, every week, he's doing something, he's saying something, and it's hurting them.
Yeah. I'll say, if you guys win, it's because our offense is not like the engine. I think our engine, if we're a car, our engine is like a Ferrari, and you guys are like, maybe like a Ford or something.
Mustang.
Like you have a potential somewhere in there, but ours is like the engine's just not starting. But once it starts, you gotta be a little worried.
I think that's the worry right now is when this game, the Cowboys got to jump on hot. Because usually, I think the Eagles, there is some stat of the first quarter is terrible for you guys.
Yeah.
So they got to jump. Cowboys got to jump on it fast.
We have to fix some stuff.
Yeah. So if you can get ahead early and make them play from behind.
Yeah.
I think whenever we watch the Eagles, we're like, why can't we see Jalen Hurts play from behind?
It's so stressful.
Why can't we get so he's forced to pass? Because what happens is he gets into a point where they do the same plays 3 times in a row, and they march down the field, and then he pushes into the end zone.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no pressure.
This team, the Eagles, is run through Saquon Barkley. If he doesn't
not
play
anymore.
well,
but the problem is Saquon
that's it.
Terrible.
He hasn't had a good season.
That's the issue. That's why they're not.
Lane Johnson's out for a while.
That will hurt us. Yes.
That's the issue. That's why they're not going to win the Super Bowl.
No, but it's not.
Saquon Barkley is the reason they dominated the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. They're not going to win the Super Bowl. They're not going to win tomorrow.
Don't say
and it's because of Saquon Barkley not playing to that level. And that's I don't blame
I think
him.
it's the offensive line a little bit.
Offensive line is also
because we're
part of it. The running game.
I think it's the offensive.
Jalen Hurts is getting exposed. Jalen Hurts is getting exposed now.
It's the offensive coordinator more than any of the talent. Would you agree?
I mean, I agree.
Because the talent hasn't changed.
I agree. And you all say, oh, they start off the first quarter very slow. That doesn't mean you start off slow. That means it's bad coaching. They're not prepared.
Exactly. Because you come into every game with the first drive planned, right? The first couple drives. And if those aren't working, okay, what's your issue?
Your presuppositions
you had all week to plan the first couple drives of the game and get your team started.
All the good teams and stuff, usually the first drive, they usually score, get some points.
At least get some first downs.
Yeah.
Because you test out, it's like your way of prodding the defense, see what they're showing you, what looks they're giving you. I think it's more the OC. It's like every time we talk, I'm pointing out one of the coordinators, you're the problem. But then we keep winning. I'm so I think it's talent. I think they can lock in. If the Cowboys win, I think it'll be despite the Eagles. The Eagles should win.
Oh, so if the Cowboys win, it's because the Eagles suck.
It's like we didn't lock in that day. It's like we couldn't get Saquon at the ball.
No credit to the Cowboys.
No credit to the Cowboys.
Dude, because we know their defense is terrible.
It's
improved.
Bottom 3.
But it has gotten
statistically, it's terrible.
I think it's better now than the stats.
But they've only played the Raiders, right?
Yeah. So
they've only played the Raiders.
They only beat up on bad teams.
That's the thing,
all. They're like the Miami Dolphins of a year ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, we scored a lot of points in the Eagles in the first game.
Dolphins scored 60, right? Last season was it last season? 70.
70.
70 and.
I mean, should we do predictions?
Yeah, let's do predictions.
I want to throw some predictions out. I think.
What are you going with?
For me, I know I just shit on the Cowboys, but I am picking Cowboys to win this.
Wait, do you know who you picked for your lock?
Cowboys.
Week? You picked the Eagles for your lock.
You picked the Eagles for your lock.
I did?
Are you changing?
I thought I picked Cowboys as the upset.
No.
Really?
No.
Oh, no.
Now you're allowed to.
I want to do the when in Rome. I want to cheer for the home team.
Yeah, you can. We'll let you pick it.
Your lock and upset's still locked in, but you can. For this moment, we record it. For those who don't know, we record Sunday night previous. So now this is Saturday, the game day before.
It's 6 days later.
So what is your pick, sir?
Well, I want
what's your prediction?
When the Texans played, I was like, I would cheer for the Texans, even though we saw Reed and everything, which we forgot to talk about.
I did want Reed to win,
and I forgot to talk about Josh Allen and how terrible he played. And
oh god,
he had no protection.
Another podcast.
No, he had no. Dude, that O line, he was running like Joe Burrow.
The D line is too good. Did you see what the Texans did? I was telling Jared during the game when I saw it, but they literally have different packages. So there was some second down, they stopped them. Now it's 3rd and 8. They have D line that come off the field. Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter come on the field. They're 2 sack specialists. They weren't even on the field second down, so they use all the players that are on the roster actively dressed, and then their good pass rushers coming in on 3rd down, and that's when they get the pressures and sacks.
Yeah.
So it's just tough for what Allen had to deal with.
I mean, it's great strategically and everything, but look, they had a 100-yard rusher. The Bills had a 100-yard rusher in James Cook. They had a 100-yard receiver in Shakir.
Yeah.
I mean, Josh Allen, he had over 250 yards, great, but he had 2 interceptions. Okay, and he wasn't able to bring it to the finish line. He has the pieces there to be successful, but he's not executing. And I understand the defense is great, but you have to find a way.
I don't think he has enough weapons, though. Shakir, really?
Shakir's
who,
good,
outside of Shakir and Cook, he's got nobody.
Oh, come on. He has Coleman.
He wasn't playing.
He missed the bus again.
Yeah, he missed the
bus.
He was scratched again.
He was a healthy scratch.
Okay.
That's the thing. It's like Dalton Kincaid was out.
Well, they did have Diggs. When they had Stephon Diggs, that was the debate, and they still. But I think Diggs was kind of what you think AJ Brown is, which is I don't think he is.
Similar to
Stephon Diggs was.
Yeah.
The thing is, for Josh Allen to be successful, he has to be able to rush and all that. He tried many times to rush, he couldn't do it.
I think he played a little too much hero ball, which led to some of the picks. Like sometimes he has to fall. Like he has such an ability to extend plays, and that gave up more sacks maybe. But then there's only so much you can do when the line is collapsing like that. And remember, D'Amico Ryans, he played for the Eagles for a little bit, was a defensive lineman. So like he's a defensive specialist. And those coaches, that's like when you bet against those teams with defensive-minded coaches, even if you're a bad team, which Texans are still in it. Like they needed that win bad. So did the Bills. Pretty like
yeah, they did.
Like I don't.
But they're still 7-4.
They're still 7-4, but they're gonna lose their division. And like, don't get me wrong, Josh Allen's a decent player, but in terms of the level of accuracy, you guys think, no, he's not there.
He's an MVP.
He was MVP last year, but this year he's showing he's not really MVP this year.
6
and that's because
last game.
This is a simple thing, and I'm glad D'Amico Ryans and the Texans figured this out. Don't let him run the ball. He's gonna struggle. He can't throw it that well. He's not terrible in throwing, but he's not Patrick Mahomes. Okay, don't compare Patrick Mahomes to this guy in terms of throwing the ball.
Now here's a guy.
I'm having flashbacks of Jonathan saying that. He's like, take away his running ability. Which was like funny.
There's so many games though that he's thrown it for so much.
He's good at both. He's
it's more like not like running, but like scrambling. Like
exactly.
They were able to like cross the linebackers in a way that like they knew that if this guy rushed wide, that he's gonna cut and go this way, and they had a guy right there.
And
like,
he tried to get away and all that. Many
times.
Like
he had
but their D line is elite.
That helps a lot. And I'm not trying to rage about you, Jonathan, but like that's what you do against Mahomes, like because he's so good at extending the play. But if like Eagles did it to him in both Super Bowls, and the Tampa did, like the defensive line's coached on like cutting off the way he turned out of a pressure, they can cut off that path, and that's when he's kind of on the Super Bowl stages. I mean, I know he won one against the Eagles, but like that's how they kind of limit that running ability. Is like they cut off that path.
The Eagles had like 8 sacks.
Yeah,
the
difference is the same energy.
The difference is Patrick Mahomes is looking to like extend. He's looking to extend the play to throw something. Josh Allen's
runs it too.
I know sometimes, but Josh Allen's his first instinct is to try to run it and
I don't think
kind of run somebody over. That's his first instinct.
So. When he was
he's not trying to extend it. He's trying to run it.
Yeah,
because he knows he's big.
I think he's trying to extend it, but I don't think he has the talent and receiver the way their Chiefs do.
Let's not do that. Patrick Mahomes won. No. When he won a Super Bowl, his receivers they weren't that great.
Was it?
Right? It was Juju Smith-Schuster. Like, let's not use that as an excuse.
It was bad.
Yeah. So let's not do that. Like, Josh Allen's not terrible, but in terms of congrats to him winning MVP last year, but he's not MVP.
That's as nice as we're gonna get from Jonathan. We gotta tell the Reed story. We have to.
Yeah.
Now we do this.
What's stopping us?
Then we'll do the predictions.
If you watch this long, you're a real fan. We're thankful.
So why don't you intro?
So the intro is that if you've been on this, if you've watched the Dormant Bay podcast, before the season started, we interviewed Reed Ferguson, who's a long snapper for the Buffalo Bills. And
longest tenured Bill. We texted him and we're like, hey, we're gonna be at this game, and he's like, bet. Like, where are you guys gonna be? What section? And we're like, oh, we'll just come to you. Like, we'll try to meet you at the tunnel or something at pregame. So we get there as early as we can. We walk in, and this place is like a locked bank, dude. There is security at like every stairway down, every fourth row from the.
Yeah,
so at the top of the stairs and 4 rows from the end.
4 rows from the from the fence.
The top of the stairs to verify that you're in that section.
We're trying to get as close to the field as possible. So we're trying to get to the first row. We try to go through, and the guys just giving us a tough time.
They wouldn't budge. All right,
no. Well, the tunnel's over this way, so let's go around and go through there. Same thing. We start marching down. Oh, you can't go past this. Only kids.
We know one of the players for the Bills. Like, we want to say hi to him. No, do you have a ticket down here? Let me see it.
Yeah.
Like stone-faced.
You need to have a ticket or you need to have a child.
Yeah.
So you need to abduct a child
so we had to pay off. No, that's not how it happened.
We grabbed somebody's kid.
That's the mistake we made. We didn't have any like cash. If I had cash on me, they would have let us go. Oh, yeah.
Dude, if they take a bribe, they get like fired.
It's almost worse trouble than like
give them your credit card for an hour.
Like, I just dropped $5 on the ground. Sorry about that. Do you mind picking it up for me?
So we're like, crap. Well, we see him warming up. Like, he's out there. And
we're wearing our signature orange.
Yeah, we're wearing orange. So I told him, look out for orange. So we're trying to wave him down. The guy's locked in, dude. He's trying to go to play football. So we're like, how are we going to get to the center? I guess when he runs to the tunnel, he'll just see us and we'll get a wave. Yeah. And so we're like, let's try to just record him, get a wave, and we'll be happy, go on our way. And he never leaves the field. Like, we're there for like an hour. And he's still like practicing with the punter, practicing with the kickers. And then he goes to the bench, the Bills bench. And I'm like, oh my God, Jonathan, where the heck did he go? I couldn't see him. And we're freaking out.
He's talking to some fans over there.
We're like, oh my God, he just went and talked to some fans on that railing right behind the Bills bench. So I'm like, do we go or is he going to come over to the tunnel?
Because we were at the tunnel area.
We're at the tunnel waiting for him to come back.
We're like 4 sections away.
Gamble on being able to talk to him at the seating,
or by the time we go over there,
we know he'll come through.
So we run over there. We're like, we just
gotta do it. I looked you in the eye and I'm like, are you sure you want to do? I'm like, I told you it was like Doug Peterson, like to Nick Foles, like you want Philly? He's like,
you want Philly?
I saw the look in your eyes. I was like, yeah, let's go.
Let's go. So we run over there, and we're 5 rows behind security.
Because I'm like, I know the Bills long snapper right there. He's like, do you have tickets? I'm like, no, but I know him. Like, can I just say hi? No. So he's standing 4 rows up. Mm-hmm. Security on this row, 4 rows up. So we come across the middle, get to like as close as we can in the middle of the 2 security guys.
Getting B-roll of Reed the best we can. Yeah.
So all of a sudden, like, I look to my right. We're all standing here. I look to my right, and one of the security guys that's holding people up, he's like leaned over like this on the railing. Like and there's fans like that are like holding him or something. And I'm like, I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, you guys see this? You yell to the guy to have him like, oh, dude, like call somebody.
We started the chain of what you do in first aid is you get help on the way, which was our part. There was enough people around us.
The security guy over there is like, all right, guys, come help. So all the fans are rushing over there. He's calling for help, and I look at Reed, and Reed like looks back to see what's going on, and I'm like, Reed, and he like looks and sees the orange. He's like, hey.
He was so happy. Thank you, Reed.
So he's like, I'm like, so I don't know who else looked, but Reed's like, you want a picture? He was like, and I'm like, yeah. So he's like, he like did like a gesture to come here, and I'm like, all right, he's occupied. That security guard's hopefully okay, but let's go. So
that was our one open opportunity.
So we just climb through to the front and like meet Reed, get to dap him up, take a picture.
He was so generous and like coming to the edge and taking I think your phone, Jared, and selfieing with us and. Yep. Like and for those wondering, the man was okay.
Yeah, he like when we turned around after talking to Reed, and the guy's up and like walking around.
It's like God did a blow dart, like a sleep dart, and just hit him, and he just
some divine
like, go.
We gotta go now. On our right and our left, we were like, the path was made open. It's craziness.
The dam broke, and he had to go.
If that didn't happen, I don't know if we would have met him.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't have.
We were climbing over.
Even if Reed would have said like, come over, the security was like, it won't.
No, guys, you can't go. Like they could have kicked us out or something.
Yeah, if we really and like we were climbing over chairs and like to get to Reed, and it worked out. But like again, like, he was okay, and we did our part because there's a point in first aid where like if there's too many people around a person, it's just like he was surrounded by 3 other not customers but fans. Yeah, well, like the one fan was grabbing this security guard because he was feigning pulling over, and he was trying to radio. I could tell that like you could see on his face. He was like. I'm just a fan, but this is a security guard.
Oh my God, I didn't see that.
Yeah, like he was like, I couldn't hear what he was saying, but you could tell in his face, like, I'm he's like smiling because it's such a weird situation. Yeah. Like, I guess this guy's passed out, and that's what I was telling. I think Jared yelled really loud onto you because like bystander effect is if there's someone call help, no one does it. You got to say someone's name. Yeah. So I was like, Jonathan, call help, and then Jared, you like picked up on it. You're like, hey, over here, and he looked, and then the awake guy called for help, and that's when the open. I was like, okay, he's getting help physically. Some people around him. We started the chain of support.
I think Jonathan and I looked at each other. We're like,
yeah.
And then start climbing over.
We did our part. We did our part to make sure that was okay. Prayed for him, and then
nobody else yelled.
And then like once our part was done, it's like, oh, Reed, let's just go. It happened, worked out that way. Some divine.
Glad it happened.
Glad he was okay, and it was so cool to see Reed in person.
Yeah, and he even remembered that you were in London when we did the interview.
What did he say? The connection was better this time.
Yeah. He finally have signal.
Yeah, it's just a great guy. I love Reed.
It was so good. Great picture. We'll put it over the screen right now.
It's the second time we've seen him because we saw him for Bills Chiefs, and we didn't know him.
We'll see him in a third time because he's on TV now. TV star.
Oh yeah, the
Yes.
Hallmark movie.
Yeah. Is that
all right,
crazy?
back to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Prediction
All right,
time.
so
Thank you, Reed
predictions.
Ferguson.
Why don't you go? Because you
Fine.
were
So I'm
going.
I guess I'm going. My past self picked Eagles. So I guess
What?
Oh,
You said
my
Cowboys.
past self. I don't. I want to. When in
trust-
Rome, I want to pick Dallas.
Do you trust yourself?
Should I hedge my? Look here.
I don't know which way you're hedging
I
at this
remember-
point. Like,
I remember what I said. I said the Eagles won't stutter against the Cowboys. I remember exactly what I said.
I was happy. I was like looking at you with pride.
Yeah, and I want to cheer for the Cowboys in this scenario.
do whatever your heart desires.
So you want to hedge your
I
bet?
want to pick Cowboys.
Okay.
And I want to. They're gonna win 42-33.
Okay, that's fair.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
numbers?
Yeah. That could
Yeah,
happen.
I don't even know if 33 is possible, but
Okay.
high scoring.
I
Cowboys
am
win.
taking the Dallas Cowboys.
No,
I am.
no.
I actually
Stop.
do.
Do you
I do
legitimately
think,
believe this?
I do
He's a
think
Giants
so.
fan. He hates the Eagles more than the Cowboys.
Is that affecting your bias?
I hate them
Is your
both
bias
so
affecting your
much.
just?
I hate both teams. Actually, I hope it ends in a tie.
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah,
That
I want
would
to walk
be
out of the
worse.
stadium and everybody be mad. But I do think Cowboys, if I had to pick one to win, because they're at home, defense is improved. I think it's going to be low scoring. I'm going to say 26-23.
Okay.
A lot of field goals.
Okay. I'm gonna say the Cowboys, 35-28.
Wow. Okay, a 7-point game, high scoring.
Dang, 35. That was your numbers?
Yeah.
Those are my numbers.
Oh.
But for the Philadelphia Eagles,
Oh.
that's being a little generous, accounting for our offense stuttering, staggering, but like getting into gear in the clutch. Like maybe the first quarter, the crowd's like, yeah, we actually have an edge on the Eagles. Like it's home field, we're loud. It's like the Eagles are stuttering, and then as the game goes on, it's like, oh wait, this is the Eagles team, and 3 and out. Dak is 3 and out punt, 3 and out punt. And it's like, oh, it's gonna be a long day. AJ Brown shows up out of nowhere. Devontae Smith shows up out of nowhere. D-line, Cooper DeJean, all these players like, oh yeah, he's on the team. I forgot about it. I think it's because they're so high scoring, I'm giving 28, but I do think Eagles will.
You
will
played
win.
yourself.
How?
Because on the talk shows and the pre-shows, if everybody picks one team, then the other team wins. You should have picked Cowboys.
Oh.
No.
Now anybody can win.
Reverse psychology.
Someone's got to be the first.
All right.
All right,
Wow.
I'm excited.
I can't
It's gonna
believe
be
you guys
so fun.
legitimately believe what you're saying.
Well,
I
my
can't
lock
believe-
my
Those
are
lock
eight-
will
I
hit.
can't believe
Those
you're
are 8-2
No,
exactly. They're due for a
Against
loss.
good
This is the problem, though. My
Against
past
good
self
teams.
wasn't in Dallas. Now that I'm in Dallas,
What about your stat
Now that
about
I'm in
that?
Dallas, I saw the
Okay,
stadium.
okay.
It's going to be electric.
What about your stat about Cowboys not being able to beat good teams?
everything
That's
we've
true.
said
Yeah.
is the Eagles.
It's you're not wrong about anything you're saying.
When in Rome.
Man speaks
Just that
facts.
stadium. It was a nice stadium, though. I don't. We'll see. I will say, for the sake of us, a dorm debate, and like, I want it to be a good game because the Eagles
Yeah.
have won a couple slogs.
We need content.
Yeah.
I mean, Eagles fans will let the team know, like,
Desperate.
please. I hope it's a good game.
Yeah.
I hope and a good game would end with the
Instant
Eagles.
classic.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know with the Dallas Cowboys, Eagles. I'm excited for you guys to see the fans too.
Yeah.
The Eagles fans.
Oh, okay. All right, everybody, comment who you think is going to win. Please help us out.
And we are back from the Cowboys and Eagles game, just like that, back in a flash. And Jonathan, why don't you tell us what happened?
So the Cowboys were struggling in the very beginning, and the Eagles scored 21 points in the first quarter. Very, very strong offense in the beginning. Strong offense, strong defense. But then the Cowboys came back and won 24-21 and showed us who they really were. And like I said, the Cowboys are better than the Eagles, and the Cowboys will expose them, and that's what they did. The Eagles had a good game plan coming in, I guess, and they used it all in the first quarter, and after that, nothing. So,
And what
Cowboys
happened?
won.
How did you win?
Oh, we won by a field goal. So the Cowboys came back 21-21, and a lot of back and forth, but ultimately the Cowboys burned out the clock and kicked the field goal with 3 seconds left and made it as time expired. So Cowboys won, but it was a pretty good game. It was kind of a little bit nerve-wracking for me. And Caleb was excited in the very beginning. He was very happy.
Had us
He
in the
good time.
first half.
Had us in the first half.
Caleb, you want to put in any words?
I mean, I don't want to. I will. First, congratulations, Jonathan.
Thank you.
Your first Cowboys game. So on that level, I'm happy for you. Now that's a different level I live on, and that's the Eagles. Where the Eagles do well, and I wish I could be there right now. Yeah, man, it's disheartening. Now I will say we'll see you in the playoffs, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, yeah.
You'll be in. I don't know about you. I don't know
See what
about
I
you.
did there? A little bit of rage bait. Oh, no.
An Eagles fan said, "This is your Super Bowl, Cowboys." So
You know what I saw was the Ferrari Ford engine debate. Normally the Eagles, it sputters in the beginning and then we kick off. We started strong and then the offense. We cannot win a Super Bowl if we're not scoring in the second half. And we're getting all our points. Yeah, zero with the talent we have.
fumbles.
Fumbles, the punt return. Why would you return that? Like just let it go. You backed up to get it, and you're at the 2. Let it bounce into the field. Like it's those little mistakes. Saquon fumbling, because in the beginning it was y'all's mistake, and it was a good rivalry game. I will say it was the first Dallas Cowboys game, Dallas Eagles game, and it was a great For like 3 quarters, I was having a blast. I
I bet.
And by the 4th, that's when I had to film. We were trying to film, and my hands were sweating. I couldn't do it. I think what I saw in that game was the Eagles still. I was wrong. Cowboys got the win. It was a good win. Dak willed it. Dak set the all-time record for the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty cool.
Which I was not aware of was going to happen.
All-time passing yards. He
So
passed Tony Romo.
Yeah.
That's history. That's great for the Cowboys. I think for the Eagles, I think y'all were able to run it. I don't know what the exact yards per attempt was, whether you're running or mainly running it, because that ruins everything
Javonte had
else.
20 carries for 87 yards, 4.3 yards per carry.
Yes, averaging that much, and it felt like 8
It was
yards
pretty
per
good.
carry.
Yeah.
It's
He
crazy.
was churning out some
Because
good.
you run it 3 times, you get a first down. That's really what it felt like, especially with that average.
And it was that close, but the Cowboys had many opportunities to up the score. CeeDee Lamb dropped 3 crucial
3
passes.
passes.
And then
he smiled.
Dak threw a pick in the end zone too. It was the fumble in our half. It wasn't what I was saying earlier. It was a rivalry game. Is both teams played the pressure was kind of getting to them a little bit. In the
2
first
missed field goals.
2 missed field goals by 2 very good kickers.
Yeah.
Saquon's fumble. Eagles have to clean up their game. What I will say with the Cowboys and being an AT&T stadium, it's a nice stadium, and I'm not trying to rage bait you, Jonathan, but I see why the Cowboys are the chief aura farmers in the NFL. They live off aura. I see why Jerry is the problem. Is what I say. Is his ego's all over the stadium, and he's a good businessman. It was a good fan experience, I will say. But there was so much celebration when the offense is doing so well, but fundamentally they're not the things that can win a Super Bowl deep down. They'll go for the flash in the offense because that's what gets the stadium so animated, a big play, whatever. But honestly, in terms of the football style, Eagles have to do better, but they were kind of carving up down the field the way they wanted to with A.J. Brown, Smitty, Saquon. And they were able to do their game plan, whereas the Cowboys really benefited. We talked earlier, they hadn't beat a team over 500. The Eagles were playing a below 500 team, and they benefited from that, as opposed to being the kind of team that could will their way with their talent and scheme. The Eagles were able to do that, and we just made some boneheaded mistakes.
What happened? Because it was the first quarter and the first 17 minutes of the game was a blowout.
It was a
I
blowout.
was looking at Jonathan. I'm this defense will never stop.
It was so bad.
No,
AJ
no.
Brown was getting open.
3 scores is nothing in the NFL.
Yeah.
I was
But-
they took their foot off the pedal.
How'd you get 0?
Yeah, no, that's
I know you missed a field goal, but
Well, I think people are not giving credit. As atrocious as the Dallas Cowboys defense has been, and they were in the first quarter, they stepped up to the plate. Okay, they stopped the Eagles in the second half. They caused Saquon Barkley to fumble. He's not going to just fumble by himself. He's too strong.
Yeah.
He's good with the football. Somebody hit it out of his hand. So
momentum
I think
shifted.
Yeah, momentum shifted. I think the Cowboys defense stepped it up, and I think that's a change of story for the rest of the season. I think.
yeah, I think a big part that we were kind of talking about. You talk about George Pickens all the time. CeeDee Lamb was targeted 11 times, only caught 4 of them.
He's not that great.
He did have over 75 yards, so he did have a good yardage game. But Pickens targeted 9 times, caught all 9. So it's a good connection between Dak and Pickens. It is his contract year, so maybe he's playing a little bit harder.
Incentive,
But
yeah.
that's a good connection. Definitely something to look for. This offense has the weapons, but Pickens really stepped up to the plate.
Yeah, like I've been saying, CeeDee Lamb is overrated. People don't realize that. Dak targets
You've
him
been
a
saying
lot.
that for weeks, months.
Yeah, Dak targets him a lot. That's why he gets all those nice yards on fantasy and stuff. Pickens is better. Let Pickens be the star of the show. And when he was the star of the show, they won.
Yeah,
I'd agree with that. They were carving us up down. Like I think I was telling both you guys like at because it was Jerry to my left and John at one point to my right. I was like, throw it deep. Why are they throwing dink and dunk like screen passes? They're having so much success over the middle because they can't stop Pickens. Yeah. And I kind of agree with you. Like Pickens is CeeDee Lamb's ceiling is so high that it's like he's the superstar, but the drops, man, are still a problem this much into his career, and Pickens is solid.
And that's what I was saying with like. I think you were like, oh, do you really think the CeeDee Lamb and Pickens like missing the bus or whatever is going to affect this game? And I was like, probably not, because it's probably like a long-term thing. But then I turned to you and I'm like, maybe it kind of does, because CeeDee dropped one or two and he's smiling. And then like the Eagles are so good fundamentally, like that first quarter and a half, that I was like, yeah, I mean, you need more discipline. Like CeeDee drops it and smiles. All right, drops it, smiles.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah,
well, the story is CeeDee got paid.
Yeah,
George Pickens is on his contract, like you said.
True, but Pickens was also late.
And then the problem, they were both late.
Yeah, I mean, my point was that the fundamentals are there for the Eagles, whereas for the Cowboys, maybe it's.
And that's where I agree. Because Eagles, if they clean up the offense and actually start revving on offense, is a legitimately Super Bowl contender with the talent they have. Whereas I think it'd be a building year for the Cowboys. Like you can beat a good team because that offense is so high powered, but. I agree with what you're saying. Like they need the fundamentals because in the second half, man, the boneheaded mistakes. Yeah. I mean, the fumble was caused by a good defense play, but you got to secure the ball and you can't be that vulnerable with it. The punt return, in the first half, the Cowboys are making those mistakes. They went up the field and Dak threw a pick in the end zone, and then there was a fumble too. Both teams made them. Eagles made them at the wrong time, and we talked about the timeouts too. That was silly. That was the way they both used timeouts.
Yeah,
I was like, what are they thinking?
I mean, that punt return. I mean, they didn't. Cowboys couldn't do anything with it. They got the ball on the 5. They couldn't do anything. They went for on 4th down, didn't get it.
Yeah. They're going to 4 and out in their and Eagles. It was a weird game. I think it's just more what I was saying earlier of like. We have so much talent, and it was quite a statement too. After we talked about, I mean, people listening will be able to hear it before and after, which is kind of cool. Of like AJ Brown and Saquon, like I think they made a statement on that first drive how much they fed those two guys. Yep. Like it's like they hear it, but like they're still our guys. They're still and they have the talent. I just legitimately don't think. I always point fingers at a coordinator, and we still win. But like when we don't win. We can't be a contending team if we're not scoring at all in the second half. When you're watching like teams like the Rams and stuff, like they're at least doing stuff. Like we're hoping on talent to do it because they have it in them to make individual plays. But it's like the football's a team game. Like have a strategy, you know. So
I think teams are figuring the Eagles out, man.
He threw some good deep balls. That's what happened. Jalen can pass it. Right?
I mean, the second half though, like. The Cowboys figured them out. This is what we have to do. Maybe we should, maybe key on AJ Brown more. And when Saquon's out, Jalen Hurts likes to run the ball. So if you can't give him that option, I think they found something in the second half. That's why they couldn't score.
Biggest thing.
So I think that's gonna hurt the Eagles going forward.
It helped. They didn't completely stop because they had the up and down. Eagles were going up and down like relatively well. Like they missed the field goal. Defense stopped the Cowboys 4 and out. Like it was a back and forth. What I would say is a fundamental problem was not being able to stop the run, and also Dak having all day in the pocket. That opened up everything else.
Progression.
Because it's like no matter. I think we have some great secondary action on the Eagles, but like no matter who you are, you're in the weaker position if you're the cornerback because you're having to respond to the receiver. And we were giving him all day for Pickens to develop whatever he wanted. We normally get pressure, and that's how you beat a good. Because Dak is a good quarterback. I consider him elite. And we just couldn't get pressure on them until till the end, they got to Jalen.
But if Zach Bond caught that interception, which should have been an interception, that could have changed the game. Like there were a lot of key plays.
There's where you see like the Cowboys.
Yeah, they would have had it at the 50. I think they were up 21-14 at that point. Like those are the plays. Like,
I mean,
they're more common with the Cowboys. Though. Can we be honest? Like the Cowboys, the Cowboys. Like it's kind of more rare recently to see the Eagles do that. It was a good rivalry game, so I think it brought it out.
Yeah, I mean, and you talk about rushing the quarterback. I mean, if Eagles can't do it, then who can? Eagles have Jordan Davis. They have all these guys. Kobe Dean. Like they have all-star Georgia, people on their defensive line, and they can't rush the quarterback. I mean, I think that's great offensive play by the Cowboys. That's why they're number 3 right
now. Unless they're saving plays.
On the defense?
It might, yeah.
The defense not saving plays.
In the Super Bowl, remember they lined up someone who was a D tackle on nose for like the final play, and that's what got the Like there's things you can do on D line to mess up the offensive line scheme.
I think everyone's
I think they're hiding plays.
I think
they got to do that, man.
Everyone was trying today, man. And I think that just shows how great the offense is for the Cowboys.
Yeah, but
yeah. Don't get me wrong. The Eagles have the potential to be there, but from what I've seen, again, I should be like an analyst, NFL scout.
Say what you want. Say what you want to be though, like by title.
Like NFL scouts, like
there you go.
Maybe consultant to certain teams.
If
they're trying to make the Super Bowl, call me. If you don't care about the Super Bowl, don't call me. Well, the thing is,
you're right about Pickens. To be fair,
the Eagles. I know the record says 8-3 now, but trust me, there's something there. They're not as good, and we'll see that. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose the first round. Whatever team.
You think the drama is, is for the Eagles? It's like kind of a moral victory to get AJ Brown going again.
Yeah.
And now that's kind of a done deal, and now we can just start playing football again.
Yeah,
I think that's like a moral victory, or you think it's still going to be an issue?
I think it'll still be an issue, not because of him. Because this is the same thing that happened last year. We had the same discussion, and he's still on the team. So, I think it does come down to the coordinator not getting the most out of him, and just him being the type of player that wants to be fed the ball. Like the receiver position is very dependent position, and it's crazy because they're superstars. They get all this, but they depend on the ball coming their way. So, if the scheme doesn't need you to do that for them to win the game, I think AJ Brown has proven that he's the guy that will take the win. But he still is going to fight for his job in the sense of he's getting a lot of money, but he still wants to be part of the team. So I like that. I think it's more just. I mean, I hope the offensive coordinator can. You like those guys that can take apart cars. You got a nice engine right there. You got to put it together so it works.
Yeah. He's not doing many good pieces. Devontae Smith, AJ Brown.
So is that what you think changed? I do like your opinion, Jonathan. What do you think changed from last year when we won the Super Bowl to this year?
Saquon Barkley
for the Eagles.
Simple set.
So you think him or the coordinator behind him?
He's not even hurt.
I mean, he's not hurt. But
are they not using him well? You think he's falling off?
In terms of how effective it was last year.
But that's the offensive coordinator. If he's not hurt at all, it's an offensive coordinator in the run game. It's not played.
I mean, it's not his fault. He played 17 games plus in won the Super
Bowl
last year.
Longest season ever.
Longest season
and most snaps.
He's beat down, so it's tough for him to have that same productivity as he did last year. And as a result of that, the more pressure on Jalen Hurts.
And a Super Bowl hangover.
Jalen Hurts is not that great as we have seen. Unfortunately,
I
mean, in terms of
he balled out today.
Yeah, I mean, he balled out the first half. But second, I mean, there's no points. That's a big thing.
I would
say he has Devontae. If some of these other quarterbacks had Devontae Smith right there and AJ Brown right there, I mean, and Goddard, they would make something happen.
But Dak gets so many brownie points doing that. They'll get so many offensive yards, but then their record doesn't do that, and they don't win in the playoffs. I'd rather a guy like Jalen Hurts.
I mean, Jalen Hurts happens to be don't get me wrong, he's a decent guy.
He's been to 2 Super Bowls, dude.
He's been a decent guy.
He's been to 2 Super Bowls.
You can't get lucky twice at that level.
If Baker Mayfield was on the Eagles, they probably wouldn't won the Super Bowl. Nick Foles, I said the same thing. Nick Foles, Carson Wentz was in the same. They're on the great teams, right? Carson Wentz was there.
It's totally different. It's a totally different team.
It's never the Eagles.
I know it's a totally different team, but my point is, y'all just talk about the quarterback. It's a team game. If you have a great team around you, all you have to do is do a little bit to get there. Jalen Hurts, he's being asked to do more this season because Saquon probably can't do as much. He's not as productive. As a result, you're seeing him. He's not able to produce when it really counts in the second half, and I think that's an issue. The people that win, all these games in the NFL today, are close. The people that win are the ones that are clutch. Patrick Mahomes.
We need to get the run. Well, the fact that the Cowboys are getting a better run against us when we have Saquon Barkley.
The good thing is the Eagles will be in the playoffs, and you'll be able to see Jalen Hurts.
They're dropped to 98%.
We're going to see it.
We're going to have the chance.
But if we're not seeing it now, so you think it's going to randomly say,
no, but that's what happened last season.
It
did start up.
Chiefs did the same thing.
The Eagles were not doing great.
No, I think the Eagles were dominating.
You can lock in.
The offense sputtered at one point.
Remember how many close games there were?
They were dominating everybody.
They were close games.
Towards the end of the season, they were dominating everybody.
Well, towards the end. Well, that's
true.
where they got to pick it up now.
They said it was one of the best
NFL
teams ever. So it's going to be a regression for the next year. But I do think the pieces are still there. As opposed to the Rams, when the Rams won, they gave up. They didn't give up, but they traded everything to win now, and they won now. And now they're actually back after a few years.
Yeah, if you take away Saquon Barkley, then the Eagles are in trouble.
Dude, we beat.
That's
Saquon
what it is. That's
Saquon
what it is.
didn't do super well in the Super Bowl, and we still beat. Like Jalen outplayed Mahomes at that twice. That's the second time.
Yeah, I mean, everyone game plan for Saquon Barkley, so maybe don't get me wrong, Jalen Hurts is gonna get lucky a couple times.
Dude, what did you do with the 2 Super Bowls? You can't.
I mean,
So
That's skill.
All right, so we could go on about this for hours, but what I let's just comment before we end
Okay.
about not about the game, but about the experience on game day. So what'd you think about, we had club level seats. What'd you think about the seats, the suite that we had, the club that we had access to, not the suite? And I mean, I'll start off with the standing room. We were kind of thinking about doing standing room, and we looked over at standing room, and it was packed. Like it's like $70, but it's packed and it's not worth it. And I think we were glad that we got seats. But what were your guys' impressions on the padded seats and the club access and where the seats were located?
I loved it. It was amazing. And we got to actually see the play develop.
Dude, literally, I said that when I sat down. I was like, Caleb, you actually can see the play because you were calling out like Pickens down deep.
Yeah.
Like early, but when you're low like that, you can't see because like the people.
You see why it's harder when you're actually playing.
Actually,
like,
the quarterback.
Because on TV, you're like, he's obviously open.
So many
like,
obstructions.
See how big these guys are. Yeah.
That was one of my favorite views so far.
Yeah?
Like any seat.
We had also front. People will see when we post content of it, but it was like front row.
Yeah, front row. Yeah,
no
that
one
was a big
standing up in
difference.
front of us. You know.
And the railings weren't too high. I was wondering if the railings were going to be
They
like
glass
in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was designed
Yeah,
super
as
well.
far as like seating, that's got to be like second best. I think the number one still is Chiefs because we had 50-yard line. We're like I think 10 or 18 rows up or something.
You could like reach
so it was
out
like 50-yard line, perfect.
Yeah.
But dude, padded seats, club level, it reminded me a lot of SoFi.
Yeah.
In terms of fanciness.
We were in the club. we were in the club eating and everything, and then we're like, all right, let's go out to our seats. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot we're like in a stadium with a football game going on. So I would compare it to SoFi.
Okay. Yeah.
And as far as loudness, I think NRG was a little bit louder.
Yeah.
By decibels.
I think it's just because
Did you guys notice
dome's
that?
bigger.
I think it's
Yeah.
physics, right? Do you guys see that
More
decibel reading?
area for the sound to travel to.
Yeah.
Steeper?
And I feel it's half Eagles, half Cowboys. So like when
I
you
think
want the defense to
it was more Cowboys,
You
but
think so?
but the Eagles fans are loud.
That's why it reminded me of
Definitely
SoFi because when we went to Chargers Dolphins, like there was a lot of Dolphins fans.
Yeah.
So like when things would happen, the whole crowd, like with Texans, if the Bills did something, the Bills did travel well, but it seemed like it wasn't as loud as when the Texans did well.
Yeah.
But with this, the Eagles get a turnover, whole crowd erupts.
Yeah.
and the announcer was like, guys, just as a reminder, on third down, make sure you're quiet.
Dude,
When the
I
Cowboys
couldn't
were
believe
on.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe he said that. I'm like, you're actually like, this is a Cowboys fan announcer, and like you're baiting the Eagles fans to because it was when they went 4-0 because they're like
that
quiet.
makes them go louder.
Yeah.
And there was enough Eagles fans that it actually, I mean, they ended up going 4-0. It was like quiet on offense, quiet while the offense is thinking, and like immediately all the Eagles fans are booing, and it gets pretty loud in there. So it was, and I was mentioning the decibels. NRG Stadium when we went.
I wonder if it's real, but yeah.
If it's actually
think so.
if the
Yeah,
numbers
make it
are to
up,
be
make it up.
trusted, well, this is where it's interesting because we think it's quieter, right? AT&T. I remember the decibels at NRG went to like 110.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
AT&T was peaking around 103.
Yeah.
And I would qualitatively say AT&T sounded quieter.
Yeah.
But maybe there were more Eagles. But I'm like, if that decibel reading is not just
it is,
made
It
up,
is.
I'm like, that's what it felt like, which is kind of cool. It was a great game too. Both games came down to the wire.
Yeah,
Saw
definitely.
2 great games. It was awesome.
Yeah, so I'm happy for you.
How would you rank the stadiums? Like, because I still have Arrowhead as number one.
Okay.
Yeah, Arrowhead because it's so iconic and the atmosphere was so good. I would say AT&T was definitely a close second.
Yeah. I would say, in terms of the experience, in terms of the fans and all that, I would say, that, Arrowhead. I enjoyed that.
And then you put AT&T second.
Yeah, I'll put AT&T second. Yeah.
Okay. Of the ones we've gone to, I'd say
So that's SoFi, Caesar, Arrowhead, MetLife, and then NRG.
Yeah.
is a
So
lot,
I
actually. We're
mean,
getting through a lot.
so I think the consensus. So Arrowhead, AT&T, NRG, right? So we just saw 2 of the top 3.
NRG, I wouldn't put that.
I'd maybe do SoFi because
Yeah,
it
I
is
would
like
do
a Marvel.
SoFi.
of engineering and tech. That's
So you're going overall experience.
Yeah, as opposed to fan experience. Because fan experience you could break down all day, and I'll be biased.
But the fan experience was so bad at LA that
that's the other.
It was literally like you're just going to watch a movie.
Exactly.
Nobody cared about who won.
So I'm like talking about the stadium. I agree with you.
So I'd still put it because I care a lot about the fans.
Exactly.
Passion.
That's why I wonder when we go to Lambeau, like what that'll be. Because Arrowhead has some passionate fans. AT&T as well, because they showed up. I mean, Cowboys are still in it for the playoffs, but they're like, I think they showed up.
5-1.
Yeah. So it's still like they still got a chance, and they showed up big time. So like I don't know, some of the games, some of the things on TV you see, and they're not full, the stadiums. So they traveled well. So.
All right, well, let's wrap this up.
So successful trip.
Yeah, NRG saw the best Thursday night game, and then at AT&T Stadium, we maybe saw second best. I don't know. Yeah. Lions Giants was pretty good, but I feel like we had a good pick.
Dude, Thursday night football was such a great.
Yeah,
we couldn't have done much better. Than
game-winning field goal and down to the last play, basically.
Yeah.
The Texans.
Yeah, awesome.
That was great. Got to see Reed. All that.
Yeah,
so much
done. Everything. Yeah.
Double feature, triple feature.
Where would you rank Allen High School Field?
Dude, on high school fields, that's number one.
That's number one.
Dude, that compares to some college.
That's the only high school we've been.
It kind of beats some. You beat some of the college, right? I imagine when you play NCAA, is it bigger than some college stadiums?
I mean, we went to South Alabama, and
is it bigger?
It might be bigger than South Alabama.
This high school
stadium at Senior Bowl.
It might be.
I think it is. Yeah. Really.
Of course. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
But,
we'll see.
But let's wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Thank you for making this possible. We would never be able to go to 2 games in one weekend without you guys. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys, and go follow us over on TikTok and Instagram because we have so much more content. Like, we're sitting on Bucky's reviews from the gas station. I don't even know what. There's so much stuff that we have to edit and go through. So make sure you're in tune with the TikTok and Instagram at Don't Be a Podcast. And subscribe to the YouTube channel because we're doing podcasts every week. And guys, been great.
Yep.
Any last words?
Go Birds.
Let's do the outro song.
Okay. That's enough. Someone say 6-7. Get this over with. 6-7.